We messed up on the funded accounts today, but the Alpine trade is working once again. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Wednesday, April the 8th, doing the recap. Just talking through this. So, a bit of a red day. I'm not that disappointed, honestly, in today. There's a lesson in what you see right here. I took 3 trades on the ES in the afternoon. Actually, I think it was in the afternoon. What time was it? It was about 11:45 when I took the first trade of the day on the fund account. So anyway, I'll just talk through that, and then we'll talk about what we did on our morning trade. So the lesson really for today, I think the thing that's kind of standing out to me is the entry point of my first trade and really the trade management. I should have gotten out of the first trade of the day with a win and a profitable trade, and then I probably don't take the other 2 trades. The other 2 trades were definitely probably somewhat forced because of that first loss. So anyway, let's talk through it. Again, here's the entry. I should have left that. There's the entry. Here I go, taking it off again. I want to zoom in. I want to show you where I made my mistake. So there's a couple things with this trade. A, you see the entry point. You see this represents TP1. So this top line that you see represents my first profit target, which is 2R. At that point, I typically sell half the position. At 1R, which is this point right here, the second white line, my stop goes from its position to break even. So once the trade goes to 1R, I can't lose on the trade. I'm going to get stopped out break even if the trade rolls over, which is essentially what happened here. As you can see, and much to my chagrin, definitely continued higher. So they're disappointing. But anyway, the mistake, let me talk through more of my strategy or how I manage a trade. When a trade gets to nearly to first top profit target, but it doesn't quite hit it, I will move the stop to 1R, and which basically means if it rolls over and takes me out, I am out of the trade with $150 in profit, which is my risk. So in that situation, I'm at least getting out with 1R. I failed to do that here, and the reason I didn't do it because I didn't feel like I was close enough to this 2R TP1 or first profit target. What I failed to realize and what I failed to notice, and this is what I'm a little bit disappointed in, is I failed to notice that this rejection point was right at this pre-market low. That would have been a great place to either move TP1 down to here and take half off and move the stop up to the 1R position, or when this started to reject because of this, is to simply move move my stop loss up to 1R and protect myself and get out of the trade with 150 in profit. I did neither. I literally just let it go. I thought about moving the stop up to here, and I thought, it's probably going to go. I don't want to get out of this trade, and then it would have ran. Well, we end up rolling over, getting stopped out, and I get out of there with nothing. And then I took 2 more trades, as you see here. I took a break and retest then of this exact spot right here. As you see, we broke it, tested it, and I waited a little bit too long probably, kind of like I did here. I really, on this first trade, you see this big wick on this red candle, and then you see the green candle also with a wick. The entry point should have been right at the top of these other 3 candles. That should have been the entry point. If I had done that, this first trade or this move probably nearly hits TP1, if not hitting it, and I would not have gotten stopped out on this pullback. I probably would have gotten out at 1R, but I would have had a profitable trade. So that was a mistake. Here again, waited a little bit long. The move happened a little bit, but we didn't get to TP1 even, so the trade never moved to stop, never moved to break even. Got stopped out. It just simply didn't work, and really what was happening is this market was getting ready to roll over. This one here, unfortunate as well. I liked this entry as well. We had a break above the daily 50. Excuse me. Get some water and clean my throat. But anyway, I like this hold above the daily 50. And if I zoom in here a little bit, you can see we had several wicks holding. You had a wick holding here, you had a wick holding here, had a wick holding here, and then took that entry. And then we had an ugly wick to the downside which took me out. You can see it didn't even hit it here, but it definitely hit it on the micro side of things. Took me out and created about about a 2-point slippage in the stop. It was a violent move to the downside, so that sucked. And then the trade moved. It didn't get to TP1. TP1 would have been somewhere about there. So yeah, if this doesn't happen, I at least get out of there break even. So, but really, obviously this was the rollover point, and we ended up moving lower. So that was the funded accounts. So definitely the takeaway really for me is not to hesitate. Like here, I had a really good play. I mean, this was really, we had the move down in the morning. We had this big move back up, this big wick. And then when we reclaimed this level right here, these morning lows, which is this top of this green area that I have is kind of a range. When we reclaimed that right here, that should have been the cue to get long. And I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, let me just wait for more confirmation. And that's a mistake. So that's the issue that I had, and I need to fix that. So honestly, this is more of a, for me, it's just walking through what I did wrong. And I'm not that sad about it. I understand what I did wrong, and I want to focus on doing better on that going forward. So we only traded the two 105 and 106 account. So not looking to take any trades with the rest of them, and just live with the loss. And that's the one thing I also was a win today is the last few times that I've been down, especially when I've had a little bit of frustration in the trades on the funded accounts, I have kept on trading. And I decided, you know what, I'm sticking to my rule. If I have 2 full losses, I'm done. And we had 2 full losses, and we walked away. So now on to the Alpine side of the story. I did have a decent little day on my evals. I did pass another Apex account this morning at the open on the NASDAQ. And I have been 3 for 3 now. I call this the Alpine trade because Alpine's opening range break, as he calls it, really is that opening candle trade. And I've traded it with evals 3 times this week, and I've had good success. I passed this account, which I haven't activated yet. I passed that one on Monday. Passed this one today. Yesterday, I had a really good day on this account. Didn't quite pass it. I ended up hitting the daily loss limit then today on this group, but had a really nice trade on that account as well. So 3 for 3 on wins, but really just trading that opening candle. And I'm trading the 2-minute and just trading my typical ATM strategy. So basically what I'm doing is I'm getting into the trade where I think the move is going to go. And then instead of waiting for the trade to hit 1R, I'm actually like, if my entry's here, instead of waiting for 1R for the stop to go break even, as soon as we get into profit by a decent bit, I'm moving, and I'm just manually trailing that stop. And I'm trying to milk that trade for all it's worth, trading minis. And it works. I mean, it's not going to work every day, but man, first 3 times I've tried it, it's worked very, very well. And that was just a simple execution. It's honestly just a price action. I'm just looking at the price action. What's the price, that candle telling me, and then taking that trade accordingly. So I feel like I'm going to trade it for the rest of the week on evals. But then if it continues to do well, if I have 1 loss this week and 4 wins or something where I feel pretty comfortable, I may try to do that with a funded account. Take maybe one of these new ones that I've just passed, and maybe I can pass a couple more this week, but I'm probably going to work on that with micros for a smaller target, but the same basic strategy. So anyway, and as far as the rest of the evals goes, I had a nice little day on my take profit evals. I've got the bottom account there at 52.3 almost. And I've got the Lucid accounts at almost 2,000 in profit. So those are coming along quite nicely. Hopefully we can get those passed. And still got a few more evals that I have not traded yet with Apex. And then this group here is, got a ways to go. We're only at 700 in profit. And then this group here has been up and down. We hit the DLL today. So, but overall, pretty good day. And I'm really encouraged by this. I really am. I can see why Alpine's had a lot of luck with that on his funded accounts. If you master that, now granted 3 days, I'm not claiming to be a master by any stretch of the imagination. It's working. It's working. And I think if you have some tenure and a couple of years of experience, I can see where that works extremely well on that morning flush or push, whatever you happen to get. So anyway, that's that. Just a quick reminder that Apex sale is ending tomorrow. That banner's up right now. Lucid sale is going on, and I think the affordable indicator sale also ends tonight. So thank you to those of you guys that use my code and support the channel in that way. And hopefully you guys had a good day today. And yeah, it's a red day, but it is what it is. We'll be back at it tomorrow. And I guess the good thing is we did it on these 2 accounts that don't have much drawdown left, and we've got the rest of these accounts intact. So as it stands, I've got 4. I'll activate these 2 more, then I'll have 6 funded accounts that are in really good shape, and then I've got 2 of these that are kind of on life support. So hopefully we can have a good couple days here to round out the week. So, all right, I'll leave you with that. Thanks again for following along. Appreciate you guys. Take care, and so long.